Hey everyone, Andrew Morpeth here, UC Geek. Today we're going to be looking at the Poly Elara 60. Now this device essentially takes your smartphone and turns it into a desk phone of sorts. Alright, let's take a look at it. Introducing the Polycom Elara. So as you can see, my phone's sitting on a cradle. We've also got a cradle up here for the headset. Now there's two options for the headset. There's the Polycom Focus, Voyager Focus to be exact, and then there's the Voyager 5200. Now this isn't specifically the 5200, it's the older version, but you get the point, the form factor is the same. Now a point to note is that when you purchase this device, at the time of purchase you'll need to make a decision about which kind of device you want to cradle, because the cradles at this stage are not interchangeable. So I use this day to day, so you'll see that this guy will sit in the cradle up here. If I wanted to use this guy, I would purchase a different base station cradle, essentially, when I purchase. Okay. Also, you'll see that the desk phone aspect of this device is this keypad and screen on the side here, and that allows you to place calls and manage the in-call experience as you would expect on a typical desk phone. The cradle that holds your phone is adjustable. There's 4 positions, so I'll just show you those. This is the lowest position that we're in currently right now. Now I can step it up to 3 more positions up to the point here. Alright, so that's useful to obviously adjust if you're using your phone's video for whatever reason to make sure that you're capturing a good frame of yourself. The cradle also supports wireless charging, which is great. So all I've got to do is put my phone in the cradle and I'm charging. I don't have to worry about fumbling around for cables, and it declutters the desk as well. If your phone doesn't support wireless charging, that's no problem either. So at the back of the Elara around the corner here, we've actually got a USB port, and we can feed the cable through the back here and up into this little groove cut out here to plug into your phone. So it's nice, neat and tidy for those phones that don't support wireless charging. Now when I place my phone in the dock, it will automatically charge to the Elara. And what I assume kicks that process off is the wireless charging being engaged. Otherwise you may need to actually press the connect disconnect button here. I haven't tested that with a phone that doesn't have wireless charging, but I assume that's the case because it hasn't been connecting to my phone just when I'm in the proximity of the device. To manage Bluetooth connectivity or other settings, that can be managed in one of 2 ways. The first is from the actual phone. So there's a settings button here, top left. Okay, I can manage my settings from within this screen. Alternatively, I can use the Elara companion app. So you'll see that on my screen there. If I go into settings in that particular app, you'll see that they closely align with what you see on the screen over here. So you can either manage it here directly or from your phone if you prefer that. Additionally, the Elara app will allow you to push firmware updates both to the Elara as well as the paired headset. When you pair your phone with the device, you're actually pairing with the Elara itself. Now by proxy, that means that you're connected to the headset, and the Elara maintains its own connection to that headset via Bluetooth as well. You can also pair the phone directly to the headset, and what that allows you to do is pick up your phone and step away from the desk and have your phone call that you're currently on the Elara seamlessly transition to the Bluetooth connection directly to that headset. So it's a really great feature for mobile workers who are often getting up and down from their desks. You may have noticed a dedicated Teams button, this button right here. This device has been made with Teams in mind. Now while it would work with any mobile phone, even with or without Teams, this is a nice little addition to give you quick access to the Teams app. So the idea here is if I press that button, that will bring up the Teams app, okay? And so it's just really a nice little quick access feature. Now one thing to note is that as far as I can tell, there's no way for that button to unlock or wake your phone and take you to the Teams app. So you're going to need to have the phone on while it's charging or use your phone's power button, which is a little bit clunky, and it would be a nice addition if the Teams app was allowed to, or could be given permissions to actually unlock your app, your phone, and open the app directly. That would just make it a little bit easier, a little bit quicker. The Teams integration also allows you to make a call directly to the Teams app. So when you're dialing a number from the keypad, you can choose to either have that call go via your mobile dialer, or it can go via the Teams app. So I'll show you both scenarios now. Okay, first let's look at a mobile call. Alright, I've dialed the number. I can now press the call button, which is lit up in green. So I hit that, you'll see that my phone will now make a call using the native dialer in the phone. And there we have it.
Hi, welcome to Spark.
Okay, something cool I can do as well is if I want, you'll notice there's a speakerphone. I can pick up my headset and pop that on and it will transition the call across to my headset. And you'll notice the audio has now disappeared from the speakerphone and I'm now hearing that in my ear. I can switch back simply by popping it back on the cradle or not and pressing the speaker button. And there you have it, it's back on the speaker. When I've finished, I can just use the hang up button, which is now lit in red. Next, let's have a look at a Teams call. Okay, so I'll dial the same number. There we go. Now, this button here is the line button. And underneath the number you can see that mobile call is selected currently. If I press the line button, what that will do is it will switch it to a Teams call. So now when I press the call button, I'll be making a Teams call. So what you should see on the mobile is that the Teams app actually fires up and that call gets made rather than the mobile native dialer. There you go, call is connected via the Teams app. Now other things you can do here is, I mentioned you can hang up the call. I could also mute it and I can switch between the speaker and the headset. So that's the Poly Elara 60. I've been using it for a little over a month now and I'm pretty impressed. It is great for a mobile worker. With its wireless charging, speakerphone and ability to seamlessly transition to the headset when I pick up my phone and go, it makes it a good addition to the desk for any mobile worker. The only downside I would say is probably the price point. Now, the two headsets that are supported by the Elara, they are really, really great headsets and you're going to pay a few $100s just for those alone. Adding the Elara to that makes it a little bit more expensive and possibly puts it out of reach of some people. But there's certainly some use cases for it. In particular, if you're a person that doesn't use a PC or doesn't need a PC very often and you're in and out of the office a lot, it certainly has the ability to give you a bit more productivity when you're sitting at your desk and not having to fumble around in your phone, in your pocket for your phone and that sort of thing, right? So I definitely see some really good value using this device, especially for mobile workers. I hope you've enjoyed this quick video. For a little bit more detail, you can read the blog post associated to this video. Thanks again for joining me.